there has to be a level of accountability. And when I say accountability, I'll use children as an example because I'm a father myself. You know, I have a 3-year-old son, and in my opinion, his mother does not, or his mother or his family on his mother's side, they don't necessarily provide any discipline or accountability that I think sufficiently could help him become a successful man, leader, or person that he needs to become in life. And that's based on what they perceive as love. And when I say everybody has a different view of it, to me, loving a child is not necessarily about what they want and giving them what they want, but it's more say what's best for the child. Is it, and I pose this question, is it best for a child to be able, even if he wants candy and ice cream all day, even if he wants only meat, no vegetables, even if he only wants to drink juice, or sugary snacks, whether it be candy, ice cream, juices, and meat? If you claim to love a child, and also, even if you have the money to, anytime they ask for something, to buy it for them. If they want candy, they get candy. If they want ice cream, they get ice cream. If they want to stay up and watch cartoons all night, they stay up and watch cartoons till they go to sleep, or they feel like going to sleep. So then, if that is the case, explain to me how physically that will affect them. Is it in the best interest of them to be able to eat candy, ice cream, and drink juice predominantly over the course of a day at will? Is it okay for them to be able to consume strictly meats, no vegetables, or strictly carbs, whether it be chips, rice, beans, but predominantly, of course, meat, no vegetables, and fruit every now and then? If they decide that they don't like vegetables and they don't want to eat vegetables and they only want to eat meat, rice, and beans, to then give them meat, rice, and beans, or pasta and meat all the time because that's what they want, right? To give them candy because they want candy, to give them ice cream because they want ice cream. You get what I'm saying here? How will they properly be able to develop if they're watching cartoons predominantly and they never have to sit down and learn anything educational? How is that child then supposed to function in the real world, even in a school environment where they are not the center of attention and you cannot have candy anytime you want? You cannot have ice cream anytime you want. You cannot play video games or watch cartoons anytime you want. How are they going to be able to function in that environment if you do not lay the foundation now at 1, 2, and 3? So when a child is put into a structured environment where he has to come into contact with someone such as myself, where I have him right now, and I thank God for the understanding of his mother to work with me and allowing me to have basically primary custody and having my son 4 days out of a 7-day week and spend the time that I must to be able to properly influence my son into becoming the man that I desire for him to not only be a successful individual but also be a productive individual in society, both for himself but his future family, to represent not only himself as a man and a young man and as a boy, but me, my family, and his mother and their family to the best of his ability. But it's important for me to instill the values and the structure and the discipline now, so that we don't have the additional predictable issues that may follow. Now, that goes also for a country. That goes also for teams. That goes also for any unit that is looking to achieve anything. So when we talk about a country such as the United States of America, what does it benefit to give individuals enough money for them to survive without necessarily working to provide any type of value for society? You know, now there's a lot of different things I can say here. When it comes to the judicial system, when it comes to the systematic injustices that I do feel has been placed on people such as my culture, which is people of Moorish, you can call us black, Afro-American, African-American, Negro, however you want to put it. Whatever's the new political statement, Moorish descent, Moors, however you want to view African Americans, blacks, whatever word that you see fit or more comfortable with. At the end of the day, people of melanated and African descent, Moorish descent have been treated secondarily for many years and decades in this country, and still to this day. So no, it's not a fair thing. And that's also something that goes into play when I'm developing my son and teaching my son and raising my son to become a man, is I have to develop somebody who can overcome whatever injustices or obstacles may be in his way based on his color or race. Unfortunately. But when you play a game, you play the game to win. If I know that I'm playing against the Golden State Warriors in the Oracle in the playoffs, and I'm an underdog team who's undermanned, or even if I'm LeBron James and the Cleveland Cavaliers or the Houston Rockets last year, right? Ultimately, you know what you're dealing with. You know the rules of the game, but you also understand that you're in their home court. So therefore, their crowd may dictate calls in that arena. Calls may be leaning towards them. Things that I can get away with at home, I can't get away with in the Oracle against the Golden State Warriors, and vice versa. So for me to win the game, I must understand the disadvantages that I have going into the game to win. It's no different from the Art of War. In the book, The Art of War, it's basically a book on strategy. And one of the main strategies that I noticed in The Art of War was also the basis and the theme of The Art of War is to basically defeat your enemy without having to fight. War, period. To outsmart the enemy. To have the maximum reward or win